Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mr. Ditto English. I'm Judy.
And I'm Sean. We're so happy you're here with us today.
It's a beautiful day to share some thoughts together.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Sean, I've been thinking about something.
Oh yeah? What's on your mind?
You know how city life can just be so intense? Like, all the time?
Absolutely. Everything's dialed up to 10. Constantly. Everything moves so fast.
Yes. And today, I want to talk about the complete opposite. Picture this life in a small town.
That's a great topic. And here's why I think it touches on something we all think about. That trade-off between pace and peace.
Ooh, I like that. Pace versus peace. All right, so picture this. You wake up on a Saturday morning, but there's no traffic noise outside. No car horns blaring. Just birds singing.
That sounds peaceful already, and that's actually the first thing people notice: the quiet. In the city, I hear sirens every single morning.
Right? It's so different. In a small town, the morning just feels different, you know? Everything's soft and gentle. And you can actually wait for it. Hear yourself. Think.
I like that. So what do people actually do in the morning there?
Well, many people start slow. Like, they make their coffee really make it, not grab and go. They sit on their front porch. You know, the front porch, that's like the area right outside your front door, usually with a little bench or chairs.
Right. The classic American porch.
Exactly. And they just sit there and watch the world wake up. No rushing around. No checking emails at 6 a.m.
That's such a different rhythm from city life. In the city, people are running from minute one.
I know. Oh, I have to tell you about my friend.
Oh yeah? Tell me.
She lives in this tiny town in Vermont, and she told me something amazing.
What did she say?
She said, "Judy, my morning routine literally changed my whole life." And I was like, wait, tell me everything.
So what changed? What was the shift?
She used to live in Boston, right? Every morning was this crazy rush. Get dressed fast, grab coffee, sprint to the subway.
Yeah, that's the city rhythm. I know it well.
Now she wakes up and actually takes her time. She even started a little garden.
A garden? That takes real time and patience.
Exactly. And that's the thing about small town life. You have time for things that actually matter. Things like growing plants or picking up hobbies you forgot you loved.
And here's what's interesting. When you slow down like that, it changes your whole perspective. All right, so let's talk about work. Do people work in small towns? Of course they do. But the commute, that's the term we use for the trip from home to work, it's completely different.
Oh man, yes. In big cities, people might spend 2 hours commuting.
Think about it this way. That's 1 hour there, 1 hour back. Over a year, that's literally weeks of your life sitting in traffic.
Ugh, that's rough. In a small town, maybe you drive 10 minutes, or you walk 15 minutes. Some people even ride a bike to work.
Walking to work sounds amazing. And here's why that matters. That's exercise built right into your day. You're not stressed before work even starts.
Yes, you arrive calm and ready.
Exactly. And that calm carries through your whole day.
Okay, so now here's something I absolutely love about small towns: the sense of community. You know, community, like the people who actually know you, not just your neighbor in apartment 4B.
Right. In a small town, you know your neighbors. Not just their faces, you know their names, their kids' names, what they do for work.
That's so different. In my apartment building, I don't know most people.
Same here. I see them in the elevator, we smile, We say hello, but that's about it.
In a small town, it goes so much deeper. Like, when you walk down the street, people actually stop and chat. Real conversations, you know?
What kind of conversations? Give me an example.
Well, like, they ask about your family. They remember your mom was sick last month, and they ask how she's doing now.
Wow, that's really personal.
It is. And some people absolutely love that. But I'm not gonna lie, some people find it too much.
That's true, and it depends on your personality. If you value privacy, small towns can feel challenging.
Right. Because everyone knows your business. But if you love connection, it feels wonderful. You're never truly alone.
Let me give you an example of what this community thing looks like in practice. My cousin lives in a small town in Oregon, and last winter, her car broke down completely out of commission. She couldn't get to the grocery store.
Oh no! What did she do?
Here's what happened. 3 neighbors brought her food. She didn't even ask. They just showed up at her door with bags of groceries.
Oh my gosh. That's beautiful.
It really is. And here's the thing. In a big city, you might not even know your neighbor has a problem. Everyone is so focused on their own life.
So true. Okay, let's talk about shopping. Shopping in a small town is pretty unique.
How so? What's different?
Well, there are no giant malls, no huge department stores. You shop at local stores, family-owned places.
Like what kind of stores?
There's usually a small grocery store, a hardware store for tools and home stuff, maybe a bookstore or a clothing shop. And here's the cool part. The owners actually work there. So when you go shopping, you're talking to the actual owner, not just some employee.
Right. And they remember you. They remember what you bought last time. They give you recommendations.
It's like shopping with a friend.
But I'm guessing there's a trade-off, right?
Yeah, you're right. The selection is way smaller. If you want something specific, you might not find it. You have to order it online or drive to a bigger city.
That makes sense. And that's the trade-off. You can't have everything in a small town, but what you do have feels more meaningful.
I like that perspective. So, Sean, what about evenings? What do people do at night in small towns?
Well, here's something interesting. Things get quiet early. Stores close around 6 or 7.
Wait, what? 6 o'clock? That's so early.
It is. And that's a big shift from what most people are used to. In cities, stores stay open until 10 or later, but small towns slow way down at night.
So what do people do then?
They spend time at home, quality time. They cook dinner with their family, actually sitting down together. They sit outside if the weather is nice.
Ooh, and here's something special I love.
What's that?
You can see the stars. Like, really see them. In the city, there's so much light pollution. You can barely see any stars.
That's so true. I forget about stars sometimes living in the city. When I visit my parents in the countryside, I'm always amazed the night sky is just full of stars. It's absolutely beautiful.
It really is. It reminds you how big the universe is, you know?
Exactly. And it gives you perspective. Your daily worries suddenly feel smaller.
I love that. All right, now let's be honest. Small town life isn't perfect for everyone.
That's absolutely true. And it's important to talk about the challenges.
So, what are some of them?
Well, first, there's less diversity. Most small towns have similar people, similar backgrounds, similar experiences. In cities, you meet people from everywhere, different cultures, different languages, and that exposure is valuable. It opens your mind.
So true. And also, small towns have fewer opportunities. fewer jobs, fewer schools, fewer activities. If you're young and building a career, cities just offer more options.
That's a good point. And here's how I see it. Small towns are wonderful for certain life stages. Maybe when you want to slow down, or when you're raising children.
Right. Many families move to small towns for exactly that reason. They want a safe, quiet place for their kids. Kids can play outside without constant worry. They can ride bikes around the neighborhood.
That does sound ideal for families.
It does. But here's the thing. Teenagers sometimes feel really bored. There's not much entertainment, you know? New concerts, new museums, new variety.
I can see that. And if you love culture and events, small towns can definitely feel limiting.
Exactly. So it's all about what you value, right? Do you value peace and community? Or do you value opportunity and excitement? Both are totally valid.
Absolutely. And there's no right or wrong answer. It's about knowing yourself and what fits your life right now.
And you know what I think? Some people need different things at different times.
That's wise. Maybe you work in a city for 20 years, then you retire to a small town. Or the opposite, you grow up in a small town, then you move to a city for college and career. Both paths make complete sense.
They really do. All right, before we finish, let's think about something. What can we learn from small town life, even if we live in a city?
Ooh, I really like that question. Here's what I've found: we can slow down our mornings. Even in the city, you can wake up 15 minutes earlier. Sit quietly with your coffee. Don't check your phone right away.
Yes! That's such a simple change with huge impact.
It really is. And we can also connect with our neighbors more. You don't need to live in a small town to say hello. Next time you see your neighbor, stop and actually chat. Ask how they're doing. Remember their name.
Small gestures really do matter.
They do. And here's another thing: we can support local businesses. Even in cities, there are small family-owned shops. Choose them over big chains sometimes. Build relationships with the people who serve you.
I love that idea. It makes your whole community stronger.
Exactly. So we've talked about so many things today. The quiet mornings, the short commutes, the strong community bonds, the local shops and personal connections, and those peaceful evenings under the stars.
Small town life really does have a lot to offer.
It does, but it's not for everyone, and that's perfectly okay. The important thing is finding what works for you.
And maybe taking the best parts of both worlds.
I like that balance.
All right, everyone. Now we want to hear from you. Do you live in a big city or a small town? What do you love about it? What do you wish was different?
Please share your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one, and your stories help us create better episodes.
If you enjoyed today's conversation, please hit that like button. It really helps other people find our podcast.
And subscribe to Mr. Ditto English. We have new episodes every week.
Share this with a friend who might enjoy it too. Learning and growing is so much better together.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. We really appreciate you.
Take care, everyone. And remember, wherever you are, you can create a life you love.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.